Okay, here we go. I have just weighed in for my third week of doing intermittent fasting, no sugar, and very reduced carbs. I can't reiterate enough that there's no such thing as zero carbs. It seems like carbs are in everything, so you can only do low carbs unless you're starving yourself. I don't think I'm starving myself. My body has become accustomed to not eating until one time at the end of the day, and I've been restricting calories. With all that said, uh, and I think by the first month of this, which would be next week, Sunday, actually Monday, but Monday will be the day after the complete month. But after the month, I think that I will be down lower than I've ever been, and I believe I'll be doing a measurement. Um, my original measurement was horrible. I think I measured in 56 around the belly button and 46 around the waist. Or, I'm sorry, underneath the belly button. They're both waist. Um, I haven't stopped working out, and my biggest thing is the sugar. I have completely stopped sugar, and I've still been taking my supplements. I've never been on pharmaceuticals, which I look all around me and I see people who are on pharmaceuticals for life. It's very disparaging. Well, anyways, um, I weighed in at somewhere around 241, which for me is amazing. Third week, 19 pounds down, which I have a huge appreciation for. I think I will be able to complete this, especially when I can have my son over and still maintain this change. I think it's important for me and it's important for my family to do this. Uh, totally am digging the whole weight loss and the fact that I may start my own YouTube channel. I'm still considering it, and if I do, I think I'm going to call it Ordinary Guy. I've done a little background on it, and I didn't see that YouTube had anybody called Ordinary Guy. I have a Sometimes I have time issues. My time management can be horrible sometimes, and sometimes it can be good. I'm Me and my son are going through the drudgery of cleaning a 20-year-old house that we've been living in. So, with that said, we've been going through and finding and trying to figure out what to do with everything we find. With that said, but I think we've been very successful too. He's always been good to me. There's some things that I will not mention, but I prefer that he would listen. But that's neither here nor there. So I've been keeping my calorie count. I think I've been saying under 2,000. I think 2,000 is where I'm supposed to be. But when I first started, I was really low. I was probably a quarter of that, so between 6 and 700. And I still hit between 6 and 800, and every once in a while I'll do 1,000 calories a day. I have a Fitbit, which I don't think it works great, but it does what I need it to. And a lot of times it tells me that I burn 3,000 calories. Uh, and if that's accurate, if that's true, then I, I believe the weight loss. And I do keep track by weight, but I also am trying to do fat loss. Fat loss is important. Um, I need to get rid of my heart attack that hangs right in front of me. Uh, I hope that I can become healthy and, and lead a very productive life from here on out. I believe getting rid of as much fat as possible or losing the weight and being thin and healthy is also a nootropic. And I've been doing a couple of nootropics myself. Again, I think, let me get my goals out of the way first, and maybe I'll talk about some of the supplements I take. I take quite a few supplements, and then I try and drink as much water as I can. Uh, on the weekends, I'm horrible drinking water. During the week, I want to say that I force myself to drink two 16-ounce bottles of water. And that's at least 4 8-ounce, which is what they recommend, 8 8-ounce. So I think I'm close to 6, but we'll see. I'm not going to measure that right now. I'm more into measuring how much weight I can get out of. Never mind. Uh, Again, this has been quite the journey, and uh, I'm hoping for the first month in that I would have reduced quite a bit, which means next week. And hopefully I can be at 235 by next week. Possible. A lot of people say it's unhealthy, and I want to address one more thing. So I've been watching, and I appreciate some commercials, but I saw, I believe it's Golo, and I am calling them out, that they're saying that intermittent fasting doesn't work. And not only is there an army of people who will disagree with that, but there's a bunch of doctors that will call them out on that. I think if it wasn't for intermittent fasting, which is literally a lifestyle change for me, I don't think I would have been able to have been so successful at what I'm doing. And I think it's the misinformation that's out there. It's really horrendous for a company that's got that massive advertising and telling people that are gullible that intermittent fasting doesn't work is really irresponsible. And I think somebody even said that there's a study that says that intermittent fasting doesn't do anything. I can call them out too because I'm living proof. Intermittent fasting has been amazing. And I go, but you've been doing other things. Now, BS. Intermittent fasting is one of the best ways to control your health and your weight, and literally a nootropic too. The fact that your body is depleting all resources, meaning getting to the bottom of the barrel, and you can start from scratch, is an amazing idea. But anyways, uh, I will do more later to talk about that. I think intermittent fasting, if done properly, is a really great way of uh, controlling your input output for your energy. Well, I guess that's enough for now. Uh, I will look for weight loss topics to discuss, and I'm hoping to get my channel up by this week. I think it's important for me to, and then I'll be pardoned, but I'll be spoon feeding these videos out. I'm really not expecting a lot, but let's see what happens. Signing out.